as is common knowledge for a collector, every collection includes a few favorites. This is my top 5 of my favorite LaserDiscs. Now bear in mind, this is not like a rundown of very rare or exclusive or expensive discs. This is just a top 5 of my personal favorites. The Japanese Beauty and the Beast pressing from '94. This one is like the most complete box you can get. It includes the movie on CAV and also the complete work print version. The work print version, I also have the American pressing, but that one's a known rotter. So I actually prefer that one. And of course, the main reason, it also includes a very nice book, but the gorgeous cover art. I mean, just look at that. This just oozes quality, and I think Disney really knocked it out of the park on the LaserDisc front. It's just, well, disc after disc demands to be framed. Well, you can't frame this because it's a fat box, but it's just gorgeous. I mean, look at it, and you can never get this on a DVD or a Blu-ray or even a 4K. This is just gorgeous. This is, well, to me, this is art. I love it. As you all know, PAL discs, European discs, tend to be very crappy, picture-wise, audio-wise, only 2 audio tracks. But every once in a while, once in a blue moon, well, they did make a good PAL disc, and I think we all know that this one, the British Jumanji from Encore Entertainment, is one of the best, if not the best PAL discs out there. For once, it was CAV, which almost never happened on a PAL disc. It included a whole lot of bonus features, not present on the American NTSC pressing. The cover art is gorgeous. The American pressing is a lot more bland. So this is the American one. And if you compare that to the British one, it's always been one of my favorite movies. I saw it in the theaters when I was an 11-year-old kid, which is the right age to experience Jumanji, and it's been a favorite ever since. And I think ever since Robin Williams passed away, the movie even resonated more with me. I mean, the feeling of loss, of hopelessness, of being all alone for 26 years in a jungle, his falling out with his father, the eventual make-up scenario. It's just a very effective movie, and I think it wasn't given its credit at the time. I remember reading 1995 reviews. Yeah, I was that kid that read reviews in the newspaper. I remember reviews saying just like, yeah, special effects extravaganza, but like a very hollow screenplay, and it's just not true. Jumanji is a very good movie, and I love the British LaserDisc. Number 3 is a weird one. It almost seems like a bootleg. Now, this was let's say a made-on-demand disc, and it includes the, I don't know if I can show you guys here. It probably becomes blurry if I zoom in, but it says UK Disney Store August '98 music video. 59 minutes and 31 seconds. So this is actually a weird, this is not a commercial disc. This disc was pressed legally by Disney or for Disney to be shown in their British store. A friend of mine, Thomas, and I, we saw an ad online for a guy selling his entire collection, and well, 99% were just common titles like, I don't know, Eraser, Double Team, Career Opportunities. Well, nothing too fancy or special, but included was this one. No, I think he had two or three. So Thomas and I, we both shared. One of us got an animation disc, printed on demand disc by a Disney store. And I think the cool thing is that it's a late '98 disc. So this is already towards, well, of course DVD was already in swing. So this is, I think it was fairly expensive to just press 1 or 2 discs for just one store in one country, because of course this was a British disc, and you needed like a French disc or a German disc for the other stores. So it's really quite a cool find, and it's almost 1 hour worth of commercials, upcoming movies, events, parades, Euro Disney. Well, no, back then it was already called Disneyland Paris. Is Sleepy Hollow. Uh, Took me quite a long time to find it. I think it was apart from the Muse Back to the Future, it's probably the most expensive Laserdisc I own and the most money I ever paid. I think I paid $150, including shipping to Belgium. Um, and you guys all know this was like, together with Bring Out the Dead, this is the final American disc. And I think they went out on a high note, because I know some purists online, they don't like the fact that the audio is very subpar, but I think picture-wise it's one of the best. I'm not saying it's reference quality, but it is up there with the best disc. And I just think it's a very good movie. I mean, it's Tim Burton's movies tend to be hit or miss, but back then they were more hit than miss. And together with Ed Wood, which is my favorite, I think this Sleepy Hollow holds up as a great Tim Burton Johnny Depp collaboration. So, and of course, Christopher Walken as a headless horseman. I mean, you can't go wrong there. Then my favorite disc is The Goonies. Now, this is my second favorite movie of all time, and this is also not like a rare disc or anything fancy or exclusive. But why is it my favorite? Because it was signed by the director, Richard Donner. So, and Mr. Donner was very kind to include almost a full-length sentence, and he wrote, "To Julian, best to my fellow Goonie, your friend Richard Donner." As I said before, this is not a rare or an expensive disc, but to me, just this dedication from the director of my second favorite movie of all time makes it priceless. And that's why it's my favorite Laserdisc in my collection.